Check out this clip from Neighborly Discourse with Billy and Steve.
Oh man, I want to try to control it.
gotcha.
Okay, so that's that. But I thought about this yesterday or 2 days ago. Steve does nothing. Okay, so
this wasn't prompted by me saying that. This is something that you thought about the other day.
I know I thought about myself, and you know what it was? I was reading.
Look, because somebody brought it up. It might have been Jeff when he was in here.
It was Odyssey, not Odyssey, but what's that book that we talked about that you have the meme for?
Outlier.
Outlier. It was Outlier. Something about Outlier came up, and the 10,000 hours came up,
Yeah.
you know, and all that came up. And so with the Outlier conversation or the book, it made me realize that, man, it's going to take a long time for me to get to 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, think if at 1
We'd
hour
have to
a
have
day.
10,000 shows.
Yeah, with 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 10 plus years, and that's not even scratching the surface.
No,
you know?
I know.
So it's
sorry.
so we want to get better at this.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get to 10,000 hours before we get better at get as good as we want to be.
Like,
but,
I want to not sweat.
Yeah.
But I can't help it.
But it's like that's a long way. So anyway, in
Yeah,
in that thought process of 10,000 hours, I was thinking about me, my contribution to the show,
Yeah.
and I realized that I'm not the one who's going to do the work necessarily, right?
Not necessarily.
It's
You're
not
not going
I'm against it.
Yeah.
But I'm just not the one. And I just think that in life there's different things that people bring to the table.
You bring your
Hold on a
elitist
second, hold on a
mentality.
And so it's not for the lack of trying. Like I
Yeah.
think that I would try and give it my best, but I think that ultimately the results would be not what you want, right?
Yeah.
In general, just in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
Not when I say you, not you, Billy, but
No,
just
no.
in general, right?
Yeah.
When there's certain type of work that if you ask me to do it, you may not be happy with it, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. But I am absolutely the guy who will get things done.
Yeah.
So if the end result is you want things done,
That's why I don't agree with your first statement.
well, but let me finish this
Yeah.
out. If the
Yeah.
end result is that you want to get things done, I'm your guy because I'm face. You know,
But
from A-Team.
you're not going to do it.
Did you ever seen A-Team?
Yeah.
Oh man, so there was a guy named Face.
Yeah,
And so,
Face, I know.
Okay,
Big Rockus, all
they need
those
a
guys,
they need
yeah.
a helicopter. He's there. They need
Yeah.
like a bazooka. He's there. You know, he can get it done, right?
Should I pull the Family Guy clip when they all are 18 for Halloween?
If you have it. But I think that I'm Face.
No,
like
the phone. Dang.
oh my god, where's your other phone, man?
We'll get another camera, so I need the other phone. I need listen,
You got two phones, man. So
We'll get it figured out.
okay. So anyway, I'm Face in the sense that
Yeah.
if you want something done, I'll get it done. It may not be me that does it, but I'll get it done.
Yes.
You know, and so that's what I'm saying. So in terms of the contribution for the show outside of being in front of the camera,
Yeah.
I can contribute. Just tell me what you want done, and I get it done. But don't tell me how you want it done in terms of
Oh
like.
yeah, for sure.
But just tell me you want it done,
yeah.
and I get it done.
If we need, a video edited, I'm not gonna say, Steve, go learn how to edit the video.
Right.
Go find. I don't care how you do it. Just get it done. The end result's what matters.
Right.
That's why I always had a problem with school. Like, show your work. I know the answer. Why would I waste my time showing the work? All that matters in the real world is the answer. So I'm not wasting my time breaking this down and moving this. No, bro. This is the answer. Move on. Find something else. But so that's why when you said the first thing about how I may, you may not like how I get it done, or I may not do it the best or whatnot. You won't do it the best because you won't do it.
But I have standards.
But you don't because you.
I do.
Okay, but you will pawn it off to somebody else.
No, see, the
The fact that you know you have someone else to do it is why you won't get it done.
CEOs of companies get things done, and they don't do it themselves. And so
I'm all for delegating.
But it's not. But it's more than delegating. It's like.
All right, go back and say the first thing you said in your thing.
You mean how I explained it?
Yeah. That's why I wanted to interrupt you, but I didn't want you to lose your train of thought.
I basically was saying that if you want something done and you want it done by me specifically, I'm probably going to fail you.
Okay, perfect. Because you have a fail-safe in the back of your head, so you will not put in maximum effort. If it doesn't get done, I'll have someone else do it. That's how I took that.
Okay, so it's not about not wanting to put maximum effort. It's not about not wanting to put maximum effort. It's
Yeah.
that
You don't have to?
No, not that. It's just that I may not be able to. For example, let's say learning how to edit. Let's say
Yeah.
learning how to video edit. Dude, my world is so upside down with things that's going on in my life. If I had to learn how to video edit,
Oh, no, for
there's going to
sure.
be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many other parts of my life that's going to fail.
Yeah, I
right?
got
So
you.
I can't do it. But understanding the need for it and understanding the quality that I want from it,
Yeah.
I'll make sure it gets done.
No, 100%. That I understand.
So-
but I was going just strictly based off what you said. Like the reason people have a work ethic is because they have to have it. There's no one to come in there and clean it up if they fail.
Right.
You have to be on point or it doesn't work. So you have that, but you also have a fail-safe. Well, I'll get someone else to do it. So to me, you're not. You say maximum effort is the wrong word, but you know your out is sooner than mine is because you can just give it to someone else because you've got something else to do.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
Years ago, when we were transitioning back from Texas to Florida,
Yeah.
a buddy of mine who's a rich guy. He's rich. Okay,
Yeah.
I went to high school with him, grew up with him, and he wasn't rich growing up, but he's rich now because of the business that he's in. And he had a corporate office next door to one of his retail establishments. And when I came back, I didn't have a job, and so he said, "Hey, I'll take you on for a few months,
Yeah.
until you transition." So no problem. So I was in his corporate office. I wrote a couple of programs for him, to help him do his book work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he had this mentality of, and I didn't know this, but he had this mentality of needing to justify pay, right? Okay. So long story short, one day in the corporate office, he was like, "Hey, Steve, we need to get the floors mopped or something like that."
Yeah.
I said, "Sure, I'm on it." 5 minutes later, there was a guy from his retail store sweeping and mopping the floor, and I was back to programming.
Yeah. Ooh, I already know where that went.
And no, it didn't go anywhere. I mean, that's where it laid. That's where it
Yeah.
stopped. But he approached me about it, and it's like, dude, I mean, like, just to be clear, don't think that I have a problem mopping, because I don't have a problem mopping. But if you're gonna weigh my time, my
Yeah.
cost of my time, and I got like 10 things to do over here, mopping's at the low end of it.
Yeah.
It's never
But if it's on
never
your
gonna
list,
be.
it has to get done.
If it's on my list, it's gonna get done.
But if
that's the point.
if expected as part of your pay, you have to do it.
But that's something that has to be negotiated up front. You need
Well,
to tell me,
Is in my
exactly.
job description,
exactly.
yes or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Where,
if it's
where I
not-
used to work
Right.
is in the job description. Like if your car broke down,
But
you couldn't jump it yourself in
But-
case something bad happened.
But listen to what you just said. So if it's in your job description, I'm the guy who will do things that's not in my job description. So I don't have a problem. So my thing is that I don't have to be told to do something to do it.
But you do realize the story you're telling shows the opposite of what you're explaining.
No, but listen. In terms of what? How?
He basically told you to go mop the floor and you didn't. It wasn't in your job
No,
description.
he said he wanted the floor mopped, and it got done.
Okay, no, listen, that's responsive what you hear, not
Right.
what you say. I believe he meant for you to do it. I believe you're like,
no,
listen,
I'm
my
sure.
time is valuable.
Listen. I'm sure he wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
But my point to him was like,
You pay me for something much more important
This
than mopping the floor.
this is like
Yeah.
like this is not who's the
10
biggest.
out of 10 can mop the floor. 3 out of 10 can program. So
Exactly.
you pay
This
attention.
is not like who's the boss around here. Like
Yeah.
if that's what you're trying to pull, like that's not that's
yeah,
like
I
a
got you. And
non-starter.
I'm with you 100%,
Right.
bro. You got to be clear up front. Do
Right.
not. There's a great movie, Super Troopers. They walk by and he gives him a cup check. He's like, with Rochambeau or something like that, and he punches him right in his groin. Oh, I did not specify. Hey, you want to go? Okay, here's the kill shot. Knocked him down. He didn't specify. So I teach Liam that. Hey, I need you to do this. And he'll go do one thing. What? You didn't specify. All right.
Right.
I'm with you, bro.
But I would.
You gotta be
dare-
clear with your
but listen,
instruction.
But on in the same story, I'm telling you that
Yeah.
even if you're clear, like if you say I want you to mop the floor, then that's the conversation we're gonna have because I can easily see myself saying I'm not gonna mop the floor.
Yeah.
But not because I'm against mopping the floor, but because you're trying to make a point that doesn't need to be made. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to you. Doesn't make sense to me. No.
Tell me-
You're an employee. So if your job description sets above and beyond and I ask you to
Right.
do it, go do it. That means your programming time doesn't matter to me. I'm giving you, $500 a week.
Right.
I don't care what you do in that 500 and that week. If I say do this, do this.
Right.
If no. You're taking it
And-
as
no, listen,
you're
but-
trying to like power trip on me.
and
And that's not it. It's just, hey, you're
But
an
I-
employee.
but hold on a second. Can they both be true?
Yeah.
Okay, so if at any time I sense power trip, it's over, game over. Like
Yeah.
I don't care.
Which do you realize that's a power trip in itself?
Yeah, it is. I can accept that, but
right.
I'm just saying that. But in the face of power trips, it's like you know
As long as you
we
accept it.
we both lose.
Because like me
you
in the
know?
beginning, like I know I'm power tripping. I know I'm this personality issue that I have when it comes to this, which in my personal life, you don't want to deal with it. But if it's outside of that, like, my mom is similar. If something happens, she's aggressive in getting returns, getting things done. This expired. Oh, no. Send her in. I'm that way too. In your personal life, you don't want to deal with that. Like, that person's a headache. But when push comes to shove, you're the first one to call. So I recognize that. As long as you recognize that you're against someone power tripping is a power tripping move.
Fair enough. That's fair. Yeah.
And we talked about that on a lot.
I agree with that.
Accountability. Listen, I'm not a do as I say, not as I do person. I'm going to say it. And then, tell me I'm wrong, or you're throwing me in the face that I'm being contradictory. Okay, cool, I get it. Doesn't change the fact that I'm going to still do what I'm going to do, but I'm all for being held accountable. It's fine by me.
I got a question for you.
I got an answer probably.